Get ready to uncover the untold stories behind the childhoods of 22 iconic historical figures. In this video, we'll reveal rare childhood photos that few have seen, showcasing the early lives of those who changed the world. Don't miss these fascinating glimpses into their beginnings. Test yourself and try to guess each one. Get ready? Let's begin. Leo Tolstoy, with the rank of ensign, he is regarded as one of the greatest and most influential authors of all time. Tolstoy received praise from countless authors and critics, both during his lifetime and after. He received nominations for the Nobel Prize in Literature every year from 1902 to 1906, and for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1901, 1902, and 1909. Tolstoy never being awarded a Nobel Prize remains a major Nobel Prize controversy. Napoleon Bonaparte, later known by his regnal name Napoleon I, was a French general and statesman who rose to prominence during the French Revolution and led a series of military campaigns across Europe during the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars, from 1796 to 1815. He led the French Republic as First Consul from 1799 to 1804, then ruled the French Empire as Emperor of the French from 1804 to 1814, and briefly again in 1815. Tsarevich Nicholas Alexandrovich, Nicholas II, presumably 1875, or Nikolai II, was the last reigning Emperor of Russia, King of Congress Poland, and Grand Duke of Finland from the 1st of November 1894 until his abdication on the 15th of March 1917. Abraham Lincoln. He was the 16th President of the United States, serving from 1861 until his assassination in 1865. He led the United States through the American Civil War, defeating the Confederate States of America and playing a major role in the abolition of slavery. Sergei Yesenin, sometimes spelled as Esenin, was a Russian lyric poet. He is one of the most popular and well-known Russian poets of the 20th century. One of his narratives was lyrical evocations of and nostalgia for the village life of his childhood. No idol, presented in all its rawness, with an implied curse on urbanization and industrialization. Anna Pavlova. She was a Russian prima ballerina. She was a principal artist of the Imperial Russian Ballet and the Ballets Russes of Sergei Diaghilev, but is most recognized for creating the role of the Dying Swan, and with her own company, being the first ballerina to tour the world, including South America, India, Mexico, and Australia. Alexander Blok. He was a Russian poet of the Silver Age, as well as a writer, publicist, playwright, translator, and literary critic, a classic of Russian literature of the 20th century, one of the greatest representatives of Russian symbolism. Fyodor Dostoevsky. He was a Russian novelist, short story writer, essayist, and journalist. He is regarded as one of the greatest novelists in both Russian and world literature. And many of his works are considered highly influential masterpieces. 4. 5. Dostoevsky's literary works explore the human condition in the troubled political, social, and spiritual atmospheres of 19th century Russia and engage with a variety of philosophical and religious themes. Agatha Christie. She was an English author known for her 66 detective novels and 14 short story collections, particularly those revolving around fictional detectives Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. She also wrote the world's longest-running play, the murder mystery The Mousetrap, which has been performed in the West End of London since 1952. Jules Verne. French writer, a classic of adventure literature, one of the founders of the science fiction genre, member of the French Geographical Society. According to UNESCO statistics, Jules Verne's books are the second most translated in the world, second only to the works of Agatha Christie. Vladimir Mayakovsky. He was a Russian poet, playwright, artist, and actor. During his early pre-revolution period leading into 1917, Mayakovsky became renowned as a prominent figure of the Russian futurist movement. Mayakovsky produced a large and diverse body of work during the course of his career. He wrote poems, wrote and directed plays, appeared in films, edited the art journal LEF, and produced agitprop posters in support of the Communist Party during the Russian Civil War of 1917-1922. High school student Anton Chekhov, 1874. He was a Russian playwright and short story writer, widely considered to be one of the greatest writers of all time. His career as a playwright produced 4 classics, and his best short stories are held in high esteem by writers and critics. Along with Henrik Ibsen and August Strindberg, Chekhov is often referred to as one of the 3 seminal figures in the birth of early modernism in the theater. Chekhov was a physician by profession. "Medicine is my lawful wife," he once said, "and literature is my mistress." Louis Pasteur. He was a French chemist, pharmacist, and microbiologist renowned for his discoveries of the principles of vaccination, microbial fermentation, and pasteurization, the last of which was named after him. His research in chemistry led to remarkable breakthroughs in the understanding of the causes and preventions of diseases, which laid down the foundations of hygiene, public health, and much of modern medicine. Charles Darwin. He was an English naturalist, geologist, and biologist, widely known for his contributions to evolutionary biology. His proposition that all species of life have descended from a common ancestor is now generally accepted and considered a fundamental scientific concept. Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a German philosopher, political theorist, economist, journalist, and revolutionary socialist. He is best known for the 1848 pamphlet, The Communist Manifesto, and his 3-volume Das Kapital, a critique of classical political economy, which employs his theory of historical materialism in an analysis of capitalism, in the culmination of his life's work. Orville and Wilbur Wright. The Wright brothers, Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright, were American aviation pioneers generally credited with inventing, building, and flying the world's first successful airplane. They made the first controlled, sustained flight of an engine-powered, heavier-than-air aircraft with the Wright Flyer on the 17th of December, 1903, 4 miles south of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, at what is now known as Kill Devil Hills. Thomas Edison. He was an American inventor and businessman. He developed many devices in fields such as electric power generation, mass communication, sound recording, and motion pictures. These inventions, which include the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and early versions of the electric light bulb, have had a widespread impact on the modern industrialized world. He was one of the first inventors to apply the principles of organized science and teamwork to the process of invention, working with many researchers and employees. He established the first industrial research laboratory. Sigmund Freud with his father. Sigmund Freud was an Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, a clinical method for evaluating and treating pathologies seen as originating from conflicts in the psyche through dialogue between patient and psychoanalyst, and the distinctive theory of mind and human agency derived from it. Freud was born to Galician Jewish parents in the Moravian town of Freiburg. in the Austrian Empire. John Davison Rockefeller. He was the first dollar billionaire in the history of mankind. He was an American businessman and philanthropist. He was one of the wealthiest Americans of all time and one of the richest people in modern history. Rockefeller was born into a large family in upstate New York who moved several times before eventually settling in Cleveland, Ohio. He became an assistant bookkeeper at age 16 and went into several business partnerships beginning at age 20, concentrating his business on oil refining. Rockefeller founded the Standard Oil Company in 1870. He ran it until 1897 and remained its largest shareholder. In his retirement, he focused his energy and wealth on philanthropy, especially regarding education, medicine, higher education, and modernizing the southern United States. Andrew Carnegie, right? With his brother. He was a Scottish-American industrialist and philanthropist. Carnegie led the expansion of the American steel industry in the late 19th century and became one of the richest Americans in history. Pablo Picasso. Pablo Diego, José Francisco de Paula, Juan Nepomuceno, María de los Remedios, Cipriano de la Santísima Trinidad, Ruiz y Picasso was a Spanish painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, and theater designer who spent most of his adult life in France. One of the most influential artists of the 20th century, he is known for co-founding the Cubist movement, the invention of constructed sculpture, the co-invention of collage, and for the wide variety of styles that he helped develop and explore. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you'd like to see next. See you in the next video.